Tomorrow marks 10 years since the Navy Yard mass shooting that left 12 dead and several more injured. Today, the Naval Sea Systems Command honored those killed that day in two different and special ways. Our Bob Barnard was there.
Get set! Woo! And race! Go!
It's a 5K race and a 1-mile walk. Nearly 400 people participating, part of a celebration of life and a mourning remembrance of the darkest of days here at the Washington Navy Yard 10 years ago.
So I was on the 3rd floor when it happened. Came face to face with the shooter a couple different times.
It was the deadliest mass shooting in D.C. history. 12 people shot and killed, 8 others injured. It was September 16th, 2013. The victims gunned down in their offices inside Building 197, headquarters of the Naval Sea Systems Command, or NAVSEA. Lindsay Webster was working on the 3rd floor that day.
I think for me personally, the road to recovery has been about changing the narrative from a victim to survivor, as somebody that experienced the worst day of their life in that building.
Survivors and relatives of 4 of the murder victims were here at this remembrance ceremony, where each of the murder victims was honored by Admiral Lisa Franchetti, acting chief of naval operations.
These 12 men and women are part of a roll call of honor. Their lives are defined by how they lived and what they lived for.
10 years ago, retired Vice Admiral Willie Hillardis was head of NAVSEA, overseeing ship and submarine building for the Navy and Marine Corps.
Everyone's affected by these events differently. Some people were affected very directly. Others only maybe heard a shotgun blast or just felt the panic of being locked in an office for a couple hours, wondering what was going to happen to them. Ultimately, the healing that occurs from something like that happens when you come together.
The killer was Aaron Alexis, a civilian IT contractor working for the Navy. He was shot and killed by police more than an hour after his rampage began. Investigators determining Alexis was suffering a mental health crisis at the time. Jay Stephanie is Assistant Secretary of the Navy.
And for those who came face to face with evil that day, I cannot imagine what you went through.
It's a journey. It's navigating the emotions, navigating the triggers, cultivating that support amongst each other. It happens all the time, every single day.
A permanent memorial honoring the Navy Yard murder victims is here, inside Building 197. In Southeast, Bob Barnard, Fox 5 Local News.